Welcome to the Imagination Station, where stories come alive, it's our creation. Hassan, Retaja, and Rima too. With teacher Farah, there's so much to do. We'll read about the stars and the ocean blue. Explore new hobbies, there's always something new. From painting to dancing, let's give it a try. With laughter and learning, we'll reach for the sky. So gather round, friends, let's start our quest. In this magical world, we'll learn and have the best. With every page we turn, our minds will grow wide. At the Imagination Station, come join the ride.
Hello dear viewers and welcome to Imagination Station. So today I'm here with Rima
and Retired.
And my name is Ria. And today I'll be reading for you the story Curious George Colors Eggs. Now we all know,
I think from the title, that he was curious and he colors eggs.
He's definitely not right in the head, because who colors eggs? Eggs are meant to be white in color, or the brown eggs.
Maybe
they were just like having fun.
Because can you color them rainbow? That's like a crime.
I know.
How someone made egg color and then they put it on water. Okay, they bought these colors, they put it on water, and then they brought the egg and boiled it.
But eggs being anything but white or brown should be made illegal. Although it is not, so don't be scared if you have done that. But it should be, in my opinion.
It should be.
Painting is already a really messy thing.
Yes.
But if you do it with a monkey,
boy.
That is going to be...
Imagine having a monkey in your house. That's a problem.
No.
Imagine painting with a monkey. That's like an earthquake.
Your house is
going to be all color. Your house is going to be a rainbow.
You won't have a house by the end.
I would run away screaming.
Okay, so I think we'll be back after a short break to read the story of Curious George Colors Eggs. So, stay tuned. So, welcome back dear viewers, and now I'll be reading to you the story Curious George Colors Eggs. Now, Curious George is a monkey.
I am just scared by the title.
And the monkey is way too curious in this case.
Yes.
George was excited. He would be spending the day with his best friends, Betsy and Steve.
Humans have monkeys for best friends? Now that's news to me.
I know.
Maybe it's just a pet for them.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine then.
I mean, who keeps monkeys for pets? You know, I actually knew someone who had a monkey as a pet, but it was too much trouble, so they just sold it. So they were going to spend the afternoon dyeing eggs. And there would be an egg hunt later too. The man with the pointy chin and the yellow hat and the black eyes gave George an apron. I will be leaving for my bird watching trip with the chef. Please try to stay clean while I am
definitely
gone.
French
Or Russian.
Yes.
Who knows?
Or French, maybe.
Okay, he has an accent, which I don't know from where it is. Steve showed George the 3 pots of dye. One was red, one was blue, and one was yellow. Now, I'll ask you guys a question. Why did they have only 3 pots of dye and those colors?
One was red, one was blue.
No, but why?
Maybe because it's just, you know, we have the primary colors, so maybe they wanted to do the primary colored eggs.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, it's the answer is partially correct. Primary colors cannot be made from any other existing color in the world. That's why they're called the primary. But then using the primary colors, you can make any other color. So if you have 3, then you got pretty much any color you want.
Purple, pink. You're right.
Everything.
Brown, anything. These are called primary colors, Steve began. You can make every color in the world.
See.
Just make them in different ways. Now, Curious George was very curious. Steve dipped an egg in yellow dye. Then, Steve dipped the same egg in the blue dye. Which
And-
color?
Green!
Correct.
Guys, actually one time I saw a video and they were actually saying that what colors could we mix to make blue. So people were saying colors. And then in my head I was like, boy, blue is a primary color. Nothing can make blue.
That's true. Now, George had an idea which was, as he thought, very smart. He dipped a banana in blue dye. Then he dipped it in the red dye.
Okay, so from blue to yellow, that should have been green, right?
And then with red.
No, first he dipped the egg in blue and then in yellow. But George had the idea to dip a banana
That's also colored, not just
Yes.
white.
in blue dye. But he opened the banana first. So it's like a
Oh,
canvas.
ew.
Yeah.
Yes. Then he dipped in the red dye. He
May
made...
I?
Yep.
Perfect.
Purple. Correct. Now, Charky, who was their little black dog, was curious. She wanted to see the weird-looking banana up close. Now she chased after George. George, being a normal monkey who was being chased by a normal and kind of scary dog, ran. As they ran, Charky bumped the tables. This is disaster because they're painting.
Yes.
This is like an earthquake, okay? Like literally imagine you have hundreds of pots of colors and then the building starts shaking, all the paint spill. That's like having a dog and a monkey with paint.
I know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a rainbow, you know how?
There's gonna be a natural disaster.
Okay, I think the building will just get a free paint job.
Yes, with colors.
So, one after another, the tables began to roll.
Like a dominoes.
Yep, it went one after another. The table knocked down a mop. The mop bumped the shelf. And the cake, which was really blue and pretty, on the shelf began to fall. Now George jumped. He lost his apron, but he managed to save the cake. George saves the day.
Woo, for the first time on life.
Well, how about instead of George saves the day, George saves the cake?
Technically the same thing.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, he saved the day by savoring the cake.
Yeah. Now George balanced his 2 feet on the edges of the huge vat of yellow paint or dye.
I can't see
this. You shouldn't. Now the cake was way too heavy for him. Oh no, George! What did you do? You guys know what happened.
He dived into the paint.
Okay, he didn't mean to dive, but he did it
He
anyways.
got a free paint job, or a dye job in this case.
But he
Yes.
did not need it. You were supposed to say clean, said Betsy. But George had another sly idea. If red and blue made purple, could he mix the right colors to make brown? So how do you guys think he should work this?
Oh, I know.
Can I see?
Okay.
Okay. He went to yellow. He's gonna go to blue and go to red. There we go.
Should I tell how this works?
Yeah.
Elaborate it? Red and yellow makes green. The two colors that are
Red and yellow?
Blue and yellow makes green. The two colors which are capable of making brown are green and brown. So if you have green
No.
and brown, then you have
Wait, no,
brown,
green and red.
Green. What am I saying right now?
Colors are
Just now.
Green
It's the
and
same
red.
colors are too confusing.
But you know something? Whatever color you have just put together, you mix it, and then you get a brown color.
Yeah.
At the end, always.
Exactly.
That's the most annoying thing
That's
in the
what
world.
always happens. So George jumped into a red dye because he did not know as much about colors as we do. But yellow and red made orange, not brown. George and his friends heard footsteps of the sharp-chinned, yellow-hatted man in the hall. Quick, hide!
There's gonna be trouble.
I think in this case it's gonna be good. And where would George jump but into the sink, which was full of water?
That's good for him.
Yep. How was the egg dying? Asked the man with the yellow hat. And where is that George?
Oh, it was so good. You have no idea how clean we stay.
I know, right?
See, even George here is clean. George, how did he get clean?
Firstly,
Okay.
where is George?
Now George popped up from the sink. Peekaboo! Thank you for staying clean, said his friend.
He didn't know what happened.
Okay, all I can say is George had picked the perfect hiding spot.
I agree.
Yeah.
If he had jumped anywhere else, there would have been trouble with a capital T.
I was
Good.
just going to say that.
Good thing that he was so good at jumping, or else he would get killed.
You know,
He's
if
a
he
monkey.
wasn't that good at jumping, then he wouldn't have got paint on him in the first place.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, so guys, we've finished with our story. So now, I think I'll ask you guys a few questions. Wait, I have a question of my own.
Okay.
They say that the primary colors can make any color, but which colors mixed together makes black?
Which color mixed together to make black? I'm pretty sure this is a trick question, right?
I mean, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys.
Almost every color together, if you mix it, it gives you black.
Brown and something.
I think
Any color you mix, you get brownish black.
I
right?
know you can't really get a pure black.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
agree.
impossible.
Pure black is very, very rare.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we finished with our story, and don't worry, we're not going anywhere. We'll just be back after a short break. So stay tuned.
Hello kids, and we're back with advice of the day. Today's advice is be curious. Yes, I want you to look, explore, ask questions, and look for everything that makes you curious. Because looking, asking questions, and exploring will make your mind grow and your knowledge gets bigger and bigger. So, if you have a question, never hold back and be curious. For example, why is the moon in the sky? Or why rain comes down from clouds? Or why is the grass green? Ask all of the questions that make you feel intelligent and smart. So always be curious.
So welcome back, dear viewers, and now we've just finished the story. Curious George colors eggs.
And the disaster.
Yeah.
Yes. So, do you guys have anything to say?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you. So honestly, in that case, we have to know, and I just learned something, that you can, if it happens,
Okay.
make black and blue with food coloring, maybe.
Okay.
Because one of my friends tried it and they said it works with food coloring.
You've just redefined science.
Yeah. I don't think it
Well,
works with
not me.
acrylic though.
My friend, not me.
Oh, okay. Do you have anything?
I don't know. Well, the main moral of the story is that sometimes, even though it's a bit troublesome, it's okay to have fun. Let loose, have fun, but then don't create such a huge trouble that you'll get in trouble for the rest of your life. If you make mistakes, that's okay. You can correct your mistakes because mistakes are proof that we are trying stuff. So
Yes.
don't be afraid to try, don't be afraid to make mistakes, but try to correct at the end.
I agree. So guys, we've finished with our episode, and always remember. And sometimes if you do things, you'll get messy. But if you dive into books, you'll never do that. So keep diving into books, keep enjoying, stay clean, and you can always watch us on KTV too. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Welcome to the Imagination Station, where stories come alive, it's our creation. Hassan, Rtaj, Ria, and Rima too. With teacher Farah, there's so much to do. We'll read about the stars and the ocean blue. Explore new hobbies, there's always something new. From painting to dancing, let's give it a try. With laughter and learning, we'll reach for the sky. So gather round, friends, let's start our quest. In this magical world, we'll learn and have the best. With every page we turn, our minds will grow wide. At the Imagination Station, come join the ride.